Chatters, chatties, welcome home for a Great American Chat, a podcast where we chat about great American media. I'm Chad Maurice, and Cricket is out of town. She is on spring break, but she is here.
Whoop whoop.
And you are in the wilderness, right?
Sort of. I am in Kentucky. I'm
Kentucky.
actually in Cave City, Kentucky. Yes. Yes.
Cave City, Kentucky. And you got to tell
hmm
people the name of the park where you're staying.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. They won't know a cabin, right? It's
No.
the Yogi Bear campgrounds. It's like, hey, boo boo, let's get some picnic baskets, it's great. I loved it as a kid, so it's a great little
Uh,
place to come and, hang out and have fun
yeah.
and yeah, I love it.
So
And I'm
you're
on it.
staying.
I'm
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You were
Oh
no,
no,
go
I was
ahead. What
just
were you
saying we
saying?
have woods by us, so I get to enjoy the woods. I get to enjoy
Mm-hmm.
nature, and it's such a nice feeling to disconnect from the world in a sense and be able to
Mm-hmm.
relax. So,
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. You're in a cabin in the woods.
yes.
So have you seen any tall guys wearing hockey masks?
No, and if I do, Chad, I'm going the other way. I will tell you that I shut all the blinds in here at night because I don't want nobody looking in, and if I did, I would freak out. So yeah, no. And I got a nice baseball bat in my room. Not really, but do have a poker, a campfire poker. So
If you see someone like that, run towards the chainsaws, right?
yeah, right. Okay. Definitely not. Definitely not.
All right, so you're
I
on
wouldn't even be
spring
able to
break.
get the keys out of my purse. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, those horror movies, they're always fumbling to try to
They're
find their
like
keys,
dropping them.
open
Yeah.
up the car as fast as they can.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't happen. Especially nowadays with those fobs. You can't see in the dark to know which button you're hitting, so it would not work.
So, to update you and everyone on my computer problems, my computer now, my desktop will not load, my Windows 10 desktop. So, when I log into my computer, I sign in and the screen just goes black. There's no icons, there's no taskbar, there's no start menu, there's no nothing.
I don't even know how you're still streaming, Chad. I
So,
really
in order to
don't.
get, well, you know what I have to do? I hit Control Alt Delete, and you know how the task manager comes up? Then
Yeah.
I can get to my programs and files that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, but I have no desktop. Who's here?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, Beth is here.
Hi, Beth.
Beth is here. Hey, hi, Beth. And Kat is here, of course. Hi, Kat.
Hi,
All
Cat.
right, all right. We got. Where's Misty? Come on, Misty. Where are you? We got to have Misty join the chat. She was fun last week.
Right? Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So this week we are chatting about the fourth episode of the second season of County Rescue, and I have to tell you, my hopes and dreams were crushed during this episode.
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you probably can figure out why, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I know uh, that you have watched this You watched this episode a couple times, so go ahead, tell us what the title is. I know you know it.
Chad, no, I don't. Dang it. No, I don't. I'm just gonna say Destiny because I think it fits, but no, sadly, again, I don't know the title. And I should because I watched it twice last
De-
week.
Destiny. Okay. Okay. Well,
What's the name, Chad?
the actual title is called The First Move.
Okay.
And what the first move was and who made it, I don't know. But that's the title. So, Cricket, did you watch this
Yes.
episode?
You're so funny. Yes, I did twice, as a matter of fact.
Twice. Now, did you ever watch last week's episode?
Actually, I never did get a chance to watch it, Chad. Even on the day we
you
did the
still
recap.
you still haven't?
No.
All right, so I have to tell this story. I have to tell this story because this is too good to pass up. So last week, after we log off, we get off the air, and Cricket starts laughing. And she says, "You're not going to believe this, but I watched the wrong episode." I said,
Twice.
"What?" She said, "I watched the next episode. I didn't watch this episode."
Totally didn't. Totally had no clue.
So
If
she
you wouldn't have had
watched.
the pictures, Chad, I don't know what I would have done because I would have been sitting there going, "Oh, I don't know, don't
Yeah,
know."
that's funny. That cracked me up. But I got to tell you, you are so good at improvising. You improvised your way and ad libbed your way through that. No one even knew. I didn't know. No one knew.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
felt really bad, but I was like, I cannot like not let you do your episode. So I'm like, I
you
gotta
just
wing it. And I have to
you
really, play this because, people are watching and I didn't want you to, be like, what do you mean you didn't watch it? Like,
you. Oh, I
you
wouldn't have
know?
let that stop me. I would have kept going.
Oh, I know, but I would have felt really silly then and I would maybe not have done as well?
But you'd be really good in an improvisational class. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just kept thinking to myself when you put that first picture up with her in the wings,
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, I
wanted to
don't
know.
remember that.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was going through your head when I showed the first
I
slide
was
and
just
said,
like, my
"This is the
heart
first
started beating
scene"?
really heart started beating really fast when I saw your picture. And when you're asking me, because I had seen that somewhere it was in one of your posts in your story, and
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
where did he get that from? Because I don't remember that. I'm like, oh, whatever, like no big deal. And then when you had it first thing on the air, I was like, oh my gosh, that is the wrong episode. I watched it twice and it
I
was the
watched the
wrong
wrong
one.
episode twice.
I was mortified. I was so embarrassed, but I didn't let anybody know because I was
Yeah,
like, oh man.
yeah. You must have been thinking, "What's he talking about? The
I
episode didn't start
did.
like this."
You started talking and I was like, yeah, it was so bad. Like, man, I tell you, it was something. That's all I gotta
All
say. It was
right.
something.
Yeah, that was good. It gave me a good laugh for the last week.
Bet it did.
So tonight's episode is directed by Matt Shapira and written by Lauren Swickard. Let me check the chat. See. Oh, whoa, we got lots of activity here. Oh, Beth says hi. Cat's saying about my computer. Oh no. Hey, I want to see something. I want to see. Let me put if I put the chat up here. Only wait a minute. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. It only shows the new ones. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I just wanted to see
I
what
can
that looked
see him
like.
though. I can see him.
Well, you can see them before, couldn't you?
I can now. I couldn't before.
Oh, you couldn't see them before?
No, because I had it on the profile one and all I could see was myself at the bottom. But when I go to the little chat thing, I can see everybody's now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
Misty's
see
here.
Misty, I see
Misty says
Kat, I
hi,
see Beth.
everyone.
Yep. Yep.
Now, are you seeing them? You're seeing all of them now, not just the ones I have on the
Yes.
screen.
Correct.
Oh, so if I do this, if I get rid of the, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Wait a minute. No, if I get rid of this, can you still see them? If I do that, can you still see
Yes.
them?
Misty just said,
Ah.
can we see other people's comments? If you hit that little, I don't know what it looks like on their end, but if you hit the
Well,
middle
I have it on the
quote
screen.
box,
If they look at the screen, they can see the comments now, right?
hmm
Misty's on X. I didn't realize you could see
hmm
the comments on X. Oh, I guess you can.
oh wow, that is cool. I didn't realize that either.
Oh, Beth
Nice.
says she was wrong about the letter. Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone's saying Port Chad because of my computer. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody knows how to fix a desktop that won't load, just let me know so I can try to fix my computer.
Yeah, you said you tried to restore it too, right? And that didn't work
Yeah, I
either.
restored it to a day when it was working and that didn't work. Kat
Mm.
says she never pays attention to the titles. Beth says,
Me
was
neither, Kat.
there Beth says, was there some editing done that could have made the title seem? Oh, I don't know. What's Kat saying here?
Possible.
Kat saying, yes, I think the editing makes it hard to figure out why the episode is
Mhm.
titled the way it is. Oh, well, shoot. Let me see
Poor Misty.
if I bring us down here, what happens to? That makes you. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll keep the comments on the screen right now. Oh, Beth is saying hi to Misty. Misty says, I can only see the comments because you put them up. Yeah, I know. But even with my readers on, I can't read it. She can't read it.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny. Depends on what you're looking at on. Like on my phone, I can't read them up at the where you have them
Uh-huh.
up top,
Well,
but down
let
below I
me
can read
let,
them.
let me bring the first slide up and let's see what happens to the comments. Oh, the comments disappear when I do that.
Yeah.
Ah, what if I bring this over here? Oh no, okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. All right. Well, we don't worry about that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. If I bring it, do this.
Yep.
Oh, there we can see
There
the
you go.
comments.
Yeah.
Oh,
My little Final 11. I
on
know, right?
11. But now the pictures
It's
are really
tiny.
small. Can we still see the pictures?
Yeah, I can still see them.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll bring the chat up like that so we can read
Yeah.
it. Because actually, if I bring the chat like that, then I can see my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? Then the pictures are real small. All right. I'll play around with this. Okay, so let's get going. The episode starts off. Danny is looking at an old picture of her and Hunter, and she's reminiscing. Reminiscing. Remember that Little River Band song back in the 70s? Reminiscing. Walking
Nope.
through the park and reminiscing. What? You don't know that song?
No, I actually don't know that song, but I'm gonna have to look it up now.
We'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing.
Oh
Oh,
wait,
come
wait, and
on.
reminiscing.
You
Yes,
never a
I do
fan
know
of the
that
little
one.
you're never a fan of the
I know
Little
that
River
one.
Band?
Yes.
Yeah,
When
okay,
you sing
okay.
that last little part of it, I do remember that. That's a cute song. Yeah, I like that song actually.
Yeah, so is she having second thoughts
I
about Hunter? Or is
don't
she just
know.
clean
It's
or is she just cleaning out her car?
possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, because after he confessed his love to her, maybe she's having second thoughts. Hmm.
Yeah, or maybe she just had that old picture in there, and like you said, she's cleaning out her car.
Cleaning out the glove
Maybe
compartment
she
or
just
something like
found
that.
it by accident, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's true,
Danny,
Misty.
what's Misty saying?
She said, see, she can't let that go too fast. Too much history with Hunter to just let him go.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, you can't let it go. Yeah, too much history with Hunter. That's right. That's right. Very true. Very true. Oh
Hmm.
yeah, you can read the comments while I'm doing this. While I got my notes up here. So Danny looks at her phone and she sees she has several missed calls from the chief, and she freaks out and she runs to the station. Tim says, "Relax. It's your day off. You weren't obligated to come in. Don't worry about it." She says, "This job is the only thing I'm worried about right now." So Danny, man, she is really focused on this job. I'm telling you, it's like consuming her life.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's her income, and she's worked so hard for this position, and she knows the time is coming up to where she may not have a job. I mean, that would weigh on me, quite frankly. I mean, that would weigh on me a lot. So the fact that she missed the calls from the chief, she probably feels like, oh, great, I wasn't there. I let them down. Like, who knows what all
Uh-huh.
thoughts in her head, were going through
Uh-huh.
her head at the time.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Misty says she loves that they use
Mhm.
Polaroids, those old Polaroid films. Well, that's
Yes.
like the camera that she was using with Griffin on their pizza date.
Yep. Ones you got to
Yeah.
shake.
One of those instant camera thing deals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So she starts working twice as hard now organizing the station, making sure that everything is nice and neat to impress Scotty. Tim brings her leftover pancakes from Marcos's art gallery opening and asks how she and Hunter got together. She says he saved me from burning my hands in chemistry class in high school. He then started bringing me these potato chips every day, but stopped when the chips were discontinued. She found the chips, though, after they were discontinued at some gas station, and she bought a bunch of them for him. So then he started calling her Hummingbird. Aha! Because the chips were hummingbird pepper chips, and because she flies from job to job. So, wow! Now we know the answer of the mystery from the second episode about why or where the hummingbird comes from and why Tim said she was a hummingbird.
Yeah, and I still found Hunter to be a little bit, I don't know. Like, okay, you call her a hummingbird, but why you got to throw in there because you fly from job to job? Like,
Yeah, well, this is what I was wondering.
yeah,
So
like it's just wrong. Like,
yeah, what I was wondering, they were in high school. So was she flying from job to job in high school?
I don't know. Maybe
I
she
mean,
was. I
in
mean,
high school, you don't nobody even had jobs in high school, not till like your senior year, you know?
I had jobs. I worked at a mop factory, I worked at a tanning salon, and I worked at a grocery store as a cashier. Just saying.
Were you less were you was this were you under 16 or were you over 16 or what were you?
I was 15.
Oh,
As soon as I
15.
had my
Oh,
work permit, I could go to work, and my I worked as a cashier first, and then in a tanning salon my senior year, and then after my senior year, I guess I wasn't in when I worked at the mop factory, I didn't work. I wasn't in high school.
uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's not uncommon, honestly.
Beth says, wouldn't the chips burn her hands or so much salt in them? Oh, Beth started working, she was 14.
Yeah, I mean, if you count the babysitting jobs I had, definitely. Probably when I was 12, 13, I started working. So
Uh-huh.
she's right. So yeah. I mean, back then a
Ah,
lot of people did. I mean, I don't know about now, but
uh-huh.
um
Okay. So maybe she jumped from jobs to jobs in high school. I was thinking it was just because the I was thinking it was just because of the potato chips that the hummingbird came from.
Misty's like, I'm a hummingbird too.
Oh, hummingbird. Yeah, you know what? When that whole episode happened with Tim and everything, I was thinking I thought, is it because she jumps from job to job or because she jumps from guy to guy? But then I'm like, it's Danny. She doesn't jump from guy to guy. So
No, no.
yeah, what's Misty saying here? I'm gonna bring this up. Maybe he likes to bring others down to make him feel better about himself. You're a hummingbird too, Cricket. Oh, Cricket's a
Yep.
hummingbird too?
Yeah, I had
Oh,
several
yeah,
jobs.
but that was the old hunter, you know?
True. No, I don't
That
know.
was the old
He
hunter.
he's and maybe he's found the light. I mean, since he had that, whole scare or whatever it was he had or whatever happened to him. And maybe, maybe he has changed his ways. So
Mm-hmm.
time will tell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what are people saying here? Oh, Misty said she had a lot of part-time jobs. Oh, okay.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh, Cat
Cat
had a lot of
too.
babysitting jobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that guy to guy likes Dan. What? What's Beth saying? It's just that guy to guy likes Danny. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got like three guys who like her.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, let me see. Let me get back where I was here.
And that maybe she
Well,
means because Hunter is like interested again, and that maybe because he knows that other people are interested in her too.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Could be,
right,
possibly.
right. So at least we know now the hummingbird. It mostly comes from these
Hmm.
potato chips, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tried looking them up. They don't exist, I don't think.
Oh, speaking of looking something up, I looked this up. Tim mentions this 70s movie, Franklin and the Baumgartners.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm like, what is that? I looked that up. There's no movie like that. They must have just made this up just for this episode.
yeah.
I could not find any movie called Franklin and the Baumgartners. I couldn't even find
That's
any
too
books or
funny.
anything. The only Franklin I could find was that turtle.
Oh my goodness. That's great.
Uh, All right, let me check the chat before I go into this. Before I go into the next one, what are people saying? Oh, Kat said she had a work permit too. I worked at a large local office supply store, plus my babysitting job.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
so Marcos tells Danny his building partner is willing to settle out of court, but he thinks his dreams of being an artist are over. In which I don't get this because all he has to do is pay these fines, get a carbon monoxide detector, and then open back up. It doesn't sound to me like it's a major issue.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's
Yeah.
thinking because now he doesn't have a partner, you know what I mean? And I mean, starting your own business does entail a lot of different things,
Oh.
and you know what I
Oh,
mean? So
okay.
maybe
Oh, okay.
that's
Could
why
be.
he's kind of
Could
feeling that
be. Because
way.
I was thinking if he had enough money to buy a building, he certainly has enough money to pay some court fees, and,
Right, right.
you know, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, maybe all these court fees are going to break him. He won't be able to pay the payments on the building or something. He won't have any money left.
Mm-hmm. Misty says, "Why did that fall apart so fast with Marcos? I'm confused too."
What is she talking about?
I think the whole art studio and
Oh
everything.
yeah, yeah. It felt yeah. He like gave up on his dream like really fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
the partner said if they settled out of court that they would pay the court fees. So he didn't have to pay those, Beth.
Oh really?
Um, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's what he said on the episode.
Oh okay, okay. All right. So yeah, I don't think it's a major problem. He doesn't need to be giving up on it. But anyway, Danny gives him some good advice here and asks, "When did you consider yourself an artist?" He says, "When I sold my first piece." She says,
Mhm.
"Nonsense. An artist is born when he creates something." And that's true. That's
Yes.
true. So it makes Marco start thinking, "Oh, you're right.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah." So Scotty finally gets a hold of the city councilman about creating more money in the budget to keep Danny on, but he is told there's no more money. He says he is willing to make some cuts, and he is told he doesn't have the authority to do that, and that Danny would have to be transferred to another county.
Yep.
And Scotty does not like that option.
No, he does not.
Yeah. So now we know who Scotty was trying to get a hold of last week on the phone,
Yeah.
but we already knew that because in the first episode he was trying to call the city
Yeah.
councilman or somebody.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I figured it was about trying to get more money in the budget. That's what I assumed from the first episode.
Yeah, we seem to have a lot of budget cuts because even the editing is a lot of cutting. I was looking at Beth's thing and it says since the show is only 30 minutes, there wasn't a lot of time to spend in the art gallery, and she's right.
Oh yeah, yeah, Beth. Yeah, good point, Beth. Yeah, they kind of Marcos. Yeah, not a lot of time to spend on Marcos's story. Misty
Hmm.
says, "Poor Scotty. He is pushing so hard to get Danny on his team." Yeah. Kat says, "True, Beth. Too much editing." Yeah.
Hmm. Well, because I was hoping that in this scene too, we would find more about those petals, and I still don't know what the petals' significance is yet.
Oh, they revealed that at the end of the episode.
They did?
Oh, we'll get to it. Yeah,
Wait a
man.
minute.
We'll
I
get
watched
to it.
this twice, Chad. I don't remember this.
You watched it twice. I know. You even watched it the week you weren't supposed to watch it.
Okay, moving on.
All right, so Danny go. Here's the scene.
Hmm.
Here's the scene where my heart got broken. Oh, I was crushed after this scene. Okay, so
Hmm.
Danny goes to the country club to pick up dinner for the station. Tamara is there and she sees Danny talking to Griffin. And I thought, yes, is she getting jealous? I think she's getting jealous seeing Danny there. So I'm
Right.
all excited. And I'm thinking, is this really happening? Woo, are my dreams coming true? Griffin brings her a piece of chocolate cake after the guy
Moist
she.
chocolate cake, by the way. Sorry.
What's that?
Moist chocolate cake, by the way. Sorry.
Moist chocolate. Oh, for you Dono fans, it was moist chocolate cake. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So Griffin brings her this piece of cake after the guy she is talking to leaves. And Griffin asks her, "So who was the handsome guy?" And she says, "A married client." And right at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, are they really interested in each other? Because he wanted to know who that guy was. And she made it a point to tell him the guy's married and she's not
Hmm.
interested in him. So,
Yep.
yeah, so I'm like jumping up and down right now. I was like dropping my phone while trying to post on X at this point.
I bet you were. Ah,
Because I'm thinking, are they going to share that chocolate cake?
right?
Do I like I
I
like
know.
are like my hopes and dreams coming true right now? But
Yeah.
then
No.
everything gets crushed.
Yep.
My heart gets crushed because Tamara starts talking about Danny. And I'm like, no, don't talk about Danny. What are you doing?
You're like, no, it was going so well.
I know. So she says, "You and Danny look like you were out of sync over there." And he says, "We are focused on other things right now. And being in each other's lives would be too much of a distraction." Instead of saying, "I agree," like I wanted her like I wanted her to, she says, "Nonsense. That girl is crazy about you. I can tell by the way she looks at you."
Hmm.
Oh, Tamara, man, don't encourage that.
I could see you, Chad. You're probably going, no, no, Tamara, stop it. Take it back.
Oh, so she offers him a piece of her cake and he turns her down.
Yep.
Oh man, I would never turn down Tamara's cake.
Right?
I'm just
You need to
saying.
go back into the chat too, real quick.
Real quick. All right, let me see. What do we got? What do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? Oops. Oh wait, I can't see it all. Oh wait a minute.
Okay, so first Misty tells you don't cry, Chad.
Oh yeah, Misty says, "Don't cry, Chad." Misty says, "So moist." Oh, Kat says, "Bill and the
Yes.
executives had a PureFlix premium stream tonight about future programming." Oh, it was tonight? Oh, they talked about the editing. They even showed a deleted scene from an upcoming episode. Oh, really? Ah,
Interesting.
really? Oh, Beth is saying, "Here's my question. Was Danny supposed to be paired with Griffin over the course of the show?" Yeah, that's what we're all wondering. We don't know. I got
Yeah.
that impression. Yeah, I'm getting that impression now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Misty says no dairy again. Yeah, that's why they had on their pizza date, they didn't have any cheese on the pizza because Griffin doesn't do dairy. That's why he
Oh,
wouldn't. That's why he wouldn't taste her cake.
maybe. I don't know. It could have
Yeah,
been gluten-free and non-dairy. I mean, it could have been.
that's true. So Griffin then asks her if there is anyone that she is interested in, and she says Scotty the Chief.
Yep.
What? She's
And he's
crushing on
like,
the.
yeah, that's a good choice.
She's crushing on the Chief.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, Griffin was all for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so that was
was.
that was a little bit of a shocker because Tamara and the Chief have never had any scenes together.
No, but I had a vibe between them when they were having the little ceremony when they were cutting the ribbon and all that. I had a
Oh, you
vibe
think
from them.
so? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you did?
Yeah, I
Oh, see, I
did.
didn't I didn't feel anything. Okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
all right. All
Maybe
right.
she was looking at him a certain way or something. I don't know. I did catch a vibe. I wasn't sure, but yeah, after she said that, I was like, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I see
okay.
that. I mean, come on,
Oh.
why else is she interested in the firehouse? I mean,
Oh yeah, she gave a lot of money for this
mm-hmm.
new fire station or new
Yeah.
rescue station or whatever it is, EMT station.
Ah,
Yeah,
see,
that's true.
Beth says it too.
That's true. Beth says Beth
And
agrees.
Kat.
Oh, she had a vibe. Oh, Kat says she caught that vibe too. See, I didn't catch that vibe in the first episode.
Mhm.
That was the only time those two were
Just gotta know
together
what you're looking at,
in that
Chad.
first episode. Okay. All right. All right. I don't have good vibe radar, I guess.
Vibrator. Okay, that's a new one, Chad.
So at the station, Marcos is going to prank Andy and Ashley. He asks Tim what time they are going to arrive, and Tim says less than a minute. What is this? Does Tim have like a GPS tracker on Andy and Ashley?
I don't know, maybe.
How does he know they're going to arrive in less than a minute?
I know, right? Maybe they called ahead. I don't know.
That was awfully specific. Yeah.
Well, maybe they called and talked to them earlier, so maybe he had it all planned. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're gonna do something this elaborate, you better be prepared. Like, you know.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Oh, real quick, Misty said she can't see
Misty
their
says,
comments. Sorry, go ahead.
"Oh, Misty says, what did they say? Oh, here I can bring the comments up on the screen here. Misty, they said that they caught a vibe between Tamra and Scotty in the first episode, which I didn't catch. I was feeling the vibe between Tamara and Griffin and their friendship because I like their friendship.
Yeah, you don't want the friendship. You want more. I can tell. Totally tell.
Where was I? Okay. Let me see. Where was I? Okay. So Marcos has injected these donut holes with spaghetti sauce. He tells Andy and Ashley he made dessert. Andy knows something is up, so he has Ashley try it. Andy tries one and says, "Hey, these are pretty good." And Marcos gets mad, points a finger at Andy, and he says, "You're always messing up pranks, Andy." So I guess this prank isn't going to win Marcos this contest. He's doing all this to win a coffee maker, in some social media contest or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going through an awful lot of trouble because I mean, how expensive are coffee makers?
Well, it depends on what kind he wants. Like you can get some really decked out ones nowadays. Make cappuccinos, lattes, you know.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah.
Can you? Well, let me see. Tamara is old enough to be Griffin's mother. I know there was a big age difference, but I didn't care. I still liked them together. Oh, Misty says, so gross. My son likes the idea. Oh, what's the idea of what? Tamara
The
and
donut
Griffin
holes with
or
the
the donut holes
spaghetti.
with the spaghetti sauce? He wants one of those 1500 specials. Oh, yeah. Talking about the coffee maker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Bravel or whatever they're called. There's some like really
Yeah.
elaborate ones. They're
Are there?
nice.
Are there?
Hmm.
Oh,
You can
okay.
get some other cheaper ones though, because I have one that was only like 150 bucks, and it does cappuccinos and lattes and what's the other one? Cappuccinos, lattes, and espresso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
pretty good. So
All
yeah.
right. So they must want a top of the line one then. So Danny tells Ashley that she is ready to talk to the chief about what is going to happen when Duke returns. She also tells her how much she loves her and Andy. Ashley starts to tell Danny about her job offer, but stops herself. I wonder how long she's going to keep this secret to herself without telling anyone.
I don't know.
Yeah, because yeah. And we'll talk more about that job offer
Mm-hmm.
later here. So Tim and okay, now this scene killed me here. This scene, we got to chat about this scene. Tim and Andy get back from a call, and Tim is upset and in tears because they
Oh yeah.
lost someone. Andy says, "You can't blame yourself. You did everything perfectly. We can't save everyone."
Yeah.
So this scene happened so fast. It was such a quick scene. It felt like it was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, it would have been nice to have seen what happened on that call. It would have given this scene and I think the entire episode more of an
Yeah.
emotional punch because as a viewer, you couldn't
Yes.
get emotionally involved in this scene because you don't know what happened. It was like a waste
Yeah.
of a scene to me,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and I was wondering because I know in the last episode, remember when he was getting involved with the patient, and remember you said you liked how he got
Yeah.
involved and was getting
Yeah.
interested in the girl. So
Yeah.
I was thinking, I wonder if something happened because I don't know if they had come back to the station after that call. I can't remember if I saw them or not.
No, they
I think we
didn't.
did because obviously he's with his wife there, so probably. So definitely a different scene, but I think you're right. I would have liked to have known what scene, like what happened
Yeah.
to the victim, the patient, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever. And but
Exactly.
I have to say though, he did amazing in that scene. Like I was emotional a little bit because of his ability get emotional. I mean, I really was. I could feel, and maybe because I was an EMT, I never
Uh-huh.
lost anybody, but I know I had a couple friends that lost people, and it's such a difficult um thing to have to go through when you did everything right that you thought you did right, you know what I mean? And you still couldn't
Uh-huh.
save somebody. And I had
Uh-huh.
the experience in when I worked in ICU where that would happen, on a daily basis sometimes. And it's so difficult to, you know, absorb those feelings, those emotions and not understand why,
Mm-hmm.
and but I thought he did that scene very well. He did it very well.
Yeah, he did, but I thought it was just kind of confusing and I didn't feel anything
Yeah.
because I think we needed to see the call, we
Yeah.
needed to see the victim,
Hmm.
we needed to see what happened, we needed to see what Tim did, what Andy did, we needed some backstory in order to get
Yeah.
involved in this scene, you know?
Yeah.
So
For
this
somebody not like in my shoes, they may not have gotten emotional about it because you're right. You were missing all the
yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, they should have just
Mhm.
left this scene out, in my opinion, because it didn't do anything for the rest of the episode. It didn't even belong in this episode.
Yeah. Well, and I
Okay.
think the scene after though with Danny was a little bit, I think in that scene I wanted more, you know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, let me see. Let me see what the people in the chat are saying here. It would be true. Someone. Oh yeah, Misty says so much more could have been done with this scene. Yeah, exactly. Misty says Tim did an amazing job displaying grief, but it needed the action. Yeah, and what happened? Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Especially if you don't really know what an EMT comes across. Yeah. Oh, Kat says, you know what? Not all the chats are showing up here. Kat says, surprisingly, the call was not edited out. Oh, really? It was written and filmed that way. You're kidding. They discussed that tonight. It was? Oh, really? That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, Kat teared up. Oh, Misty says my son on several occasions showed surprise at what the EMTs came across as calls. If you don't do it, you don't really know what you don't really know what you come across and how raw it can be. That's true. Yeah. Let's see, right? They should have. So I'm surprised, Kat, that that's the way they filmed this. They didn't film the call or anything. Huh.
Mm.
Beth
Beth,
says maybe the
right?
show needs a focus group.
Absolutely, Beth. We've been saying that for a while, right? Ah,
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. I guess that's the way it now we'll get into more of that later when I do the summary here. So we see Ashley coming out of her job interview. Okay. They revealed this on this episode. I thought maybe they were going to wait until like the 5th or 6th episode to reveal whether she took this job or not. But Andy asked what happened. She says, I think this is it. Andy celebrates and says, I want to marry you all over again.
mhm.
So I guess they're going to renew their wedding vows. And I guess Ashley accepted this job, right?
I don't know if she formally accepted it, but she is saying to him that I think this is the one.
Yeah. Right.
So I
Right.
imagine that she will definitely
Right.
accept it. So
Yeah. She didn't
if she
say she
didn't already.
Yeah, she
Mm-mm.
didn't come right out and say I accepted the
Uh-uh.
job. She just said, I think this is it.
I think this is
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was really nice, especially for a couple who've been together for a long time. And you could see that he supports her no matter what her
Oh yeah.
decision was.
Oh
And
yeah.
I thought it was very sweet, and when he proposes again to her or whatever, and he goes, I'm trying to be romantic here. Just let me
Yeah,
do
that
my
was funny.
thing.
Yeah, let me just do my thing. Yeah,
So
but
I thought that was cute.
this scene surprised me though because I didn't think she was going to take the job. I didn't think she would do it. So, I guess she's going to.
But if it's her dream job and they've talked about it for years and wasn't it like a friend of theirs or something?
Well, it wasn't her dream job. Her dad worked for this
That's what
same
it was. That's what it was.
squad that's offering her this job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's to fly around in a helicopter.
I mean, honestly, as an EMT, that is like kind of the next step unless you want to be a paramedic. I mean, so
Mhm.
as far as career growth and that, I think that, maybe that's something in the back of her mind that she always wanted to do. And maybe, now that she has the opportunity because it did, come up that she's not going to pass it up,
Mhm.
because it is like
Mhm.
it's a, higher, higher job than
Right.
what she's doing right now.
Rem
So,
Remember I told you my brother was a pilot in the Air Force?
yeah.
He said, he didn't like flying around in helicopters.
No?
He says helicopters are too dangerous. He said that he always said that there's too many moving parts.
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah,
is true.
yeah. All right, let me check the chat here. What do we got going on here? Oh, Beth, what's Kat saying? That's super weird. What's super weird? What is she talking about? Hold on. That's super weird. I'd love to see more EMT call actions. Yeah, it helps you feel what they emotionally go through. Yeah, I know exactly.
Mhm.
If we see more, yeah, I agree there, Misty. Yeah, Beth said she's going to accept it because Danny needs her job.
Mhm.
Kat is saying, oh, heck, I'll just bring it up here on the screen. That's easier. Kat is saying, I think they need to oversee it a bit more on set and in the development phase so they don't have to edit so much after the fact. Oh, okay. Great
Yeah.
scene between Ashley and Andy. Yeah, I agree, Kat. Misty says it surprised me too. The only real drive was money, according to her, but then she hinted at the fact it was her ideal job. Oh, did she say it was her ideal job? Even if she was content and happy where she was. Yeah. The what if concept. Yeah. And it was an opportunity. Okay. All right, now I got to get my notes back up here. Danny sees Duke parking his truck on the side of the road by the station and drinking out of a paper bag. So,
Hmm.
ooh, Duke is still drinking.
I have to say something about this scene.
Yeah, what? Let's hear it.
So, I mean, okay, the scene is believable in a sense that I can see him, driving by the station reminiscing about his job, okay?
Uh huh.
But I think they needed to do the scene a little bit better. I'm not in acting, but just from a viewer on the outside looking in, Danny should have been cleaning the ambulance or something, but she's like standing there waiting for him. Like I felt
Yeah,
like that scene needed
yeah,
to be
yeah,
worked a little bit better. And
yeah.
then
I see
he
what you mean.
drives up
Yeah,
just past the ambulance. Like he's not going to do that in front of the station so that they see him
right,
drinking. You know what I mean?
right.
Now, I would have believed it more if he would have pulled up his truck and stayed in the truck
Uh huh.
and then
Yeah,
started drinking a little bit and maybe the
right,
the paper goes out the window and then we all
right.
like know what's happening.
That's
But for
true.
him to
That's a
get,
good point. Get out
you
of
know
the
what I
truck.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like I didn't like that
But
scene. I
But
didn't.
obviously, they wanted the viewers to see him drinking. That was the
Yes.
whole purpose. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I'm
Yes.
wondering, is he stopping by to visit with Scotty, or if you notice in this picture, you see there's school buses in the background of that picture.
Yes.
Is he maybe picking his kids up from school?
No, that's probably like a
No.
transportation barn or something. Because a lot of
Ah, okay.
these, you know
Because
what
I
I mean?
thought,
I
ooh,
mean,
that'd be
I'm
really bad.
speculating. I'm
Because I thought, ooh,
speculating.
that'd be really bad if that was the case. You know.
Oh well, yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
no, I think he's stopping by because he's remembering his job. He's remembering,
Uh
his
huh.
life as an EMT, and he still is not, in a good place. And
Uh huh.
I really feel they could have done that scene a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so apparently rehab's not working for him. Apparently.
Misty, I like what she wrote.
What's Misty saying?
She said my son said it might be water.
Oh yeah,
And
someone on X said it's probably Gatorade. That's what.
yep. Right? Right.
Oh, let's see. Let me read some of these comments here. Oh, oh, that was an old comment. Cat. Oh, Beth says, Cat, did they ever say whether or not the show will one day last a full 42? Oh yeah, 42 minutes for an hour with commercials. Yeah, okay. My son said it might be water. Kat says they do want to have longer episodes. I think a little more oversight will help with that. Oh, yeah. All right. So they get a call about a chemical reaction at some high school science lab. Tim and Danny arrive first. Tim wants to bust in, but Danny says we need to wait for the fire department. Tim says nonsense, and he just barges right in. Then Tim gets reprimanded by Scotty for not waiting for the fire department. The chief reminds him that they are there for medical emergencies. Anything involving chemicals or fires, you wait for the fire department to do their job, and then we do ours.
Yep.
So this was another scene that happened so fast
Hmm.
that you couldn't really get a good feel for what Tim or Danny was going through, or or what the situation was.
Yeah, I always think back of when I was an EMT, and typically the fire department is the first one on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's something that is like a shooting or anything like that, the police obviously have to secure the scene first, then the fire department, and then the EMTs go
Mm-hmm.
in. So
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit surprised that the fire department wasn't there first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because usually they are, especially when they a chemical spill or something like that. But maybe they were just closer. I mean, who knows?
Uh-huh.
Um, but again, like, when Danny's telling him don't go in yet, even, he didn't
Mhm.
listen. He was just like, oh, time is everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, but
And
I
Tim
felt it was rushed too. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tim, I guess, wants to be the hero in this call because of the death he had on the last call.
Yeah. Probably
And
a little bit of a mhm.
yeah, yeah, he wants to save everybody now.
Mhm.
Hmm. And I don't know if you noticed, but when they started walking towards this high school,
Yeah.
there was a hay bale and pumpkins in the background next to the school. So
Oh,
they
I didn't even see
obviously
that.
this must have been filmed in the fall, obviously, because this school had Halloween
Yes.
decorations up or
Yes.
harvest
Well,
decorations. Yeah.
the other significance of this scene to me was the fact that it was a chemical spill, which is how Hunter and Danny met, or how he
Oh yeah,
saved
that's
Danny.
true. That's
And so
true.
that's what was going through my head was like, okay, here we go. We got another kind of significant storyline here that matches what Danny and Hunter have gone through. And so
Uh huh.
that's why it was a little confusing to me why Tim wanted to rush in so fast, knowing what had happened to Danny. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh huh.
So, but that's what I was thinking during that scene.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Oh, Tim is pretty by the book. That behavior surprised me, Misty says. Yeah, that seemed off and was right. Yeah, I thought it was a rush scene. Misty says, good point about Tim's potential reasoning. I didn't catch that. Oh, Beth agrees with you. A parallel
Hmm.
that didn't pan out. Yeah, let's see. Oh, let me get to the next slide. Here's a lot. Oh, this is the ending scene here. So Andy and Ashley bring everyone a cake, and they have written on it, "We are getting married again." They offer everyone a piece, but no one reads it. They are just excited to get cake. I
Right?
would say cricket. So cricket, have you ever been to a wedding where someone renewed their vows?
Um, I don't know if I have, to be honest. Not a renewal. I stood up for somebody at a wedding once, but not a renewal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever have either. I don't think.
Hmm. I mean, I've been in a couple weddings, but not the renewals.
I think I went to someone's reception one time who had renewed their vows, but for some reason I didn't go to the wedding, and I can't remember why. I
You
don't
just
know what
going
was
for the
going.
food, Chad.
I don't know what was going on, but I think I went to the reception.
You just
Yeah,
went for the food, Chad. I know
I
what you
don't
did.
know. There's some reason why or maybe I did go to the wedding and I can't remember. I don't know, but I remember going to a reception of someone who had renewed their vows. I do remember
Yeah.
that. So Danny finally muscles up enough courage to talk to Scotty. And now here's the point. Now we know why Scotty was picking up those flower petals off the floor in the last episode. You must have not have caught this. Because he made Danny that flower arrangement that's sitting on his desk.
How do you know he made it for her?
And he also got um that teddy bear for her. Because if you remember in the last episode, which you didn't see, he was there was a
Thanks,
flower
Chad.
arrange
Thanks.
when it showed him he was on the floor picking up these flower petals, and then
Yeah.
when what's his name Duke came in, Scotty stood up really fast, and you could see this flower arrangement sitting on the bars or table or the countertop. So the
Hmm.
flower arrangement was there. So he must have been making this flower arrangement and spilled some petals on the floor, and he was picking them up.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
at
don't
least I
know.
think
I think there's
that's the way I interpreted it.
I think there's a scene missing there because honestly, yes, I know the petals are in the flowers for Danny, but my point is like the teddy bear, like what significance is that? Is he trying to, comfort her when he denies her the position? Like, what is this teddy bear? Like,
Well,
and then I thought, what if Tamara sent it to him?
oh, I didn't even think of that.
I mean, because
No,
the scene isn't there. Like, you
well,
don't know.
Well, you reminded me last week that Danny used to bring flowers to
Yes.
Scotty.
Yes.
Did she ever bring Scotty a teddy bear?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. Not that I recall.
Well, I think
Um,
he made her this arrangement and got her this teddy bear to help soften the blow of what was about to come next.
well, yeah, but he didn't give it to her. So what good was the bear?
I know she ran out on him. What are people
I
in the
mean,
chat?
I would have
What are
taken the
people in
bear and
the chat
say,
saying?
take it back. Like,
Oh,
no, I'm
what's
just
Misty?
kidding.
Oh, Misty says this scene hurt my feelings with Scotty and Danny. He just wants to make it as right as he can for Danny because he really appreciates her and her skill and drive. Yeah, but he can't get her a slot. But Danny doesn't see that behind the scenes work Scotty is trying to do. Yeah, that's true. That's true. What else is Misty saying? She says, I'm trying to figure out how much time is passing between episodes now that there isn't a countdown to hire between Danny, Tim, and Griffin. Oh, well, when the
Mhm.
episode started, we were 4 months into Danny's shift, and there were two
Mhm.
months left before Duke was
Mhm.
coming back to work. So I don't know where the timeline is now. I mean, who knows? But that's what it was at the beginning of the season.
Well, I think it's got to be coming close because why else would she be in there trying to talk to the chief?
Right, right, right. Yeah.
I think they
So
had
the
like a week
what?
left, wasn't it? Wasn't it like a week?
I
Why do
don't
I feel
know.
like there was a week left? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. So the chief gives her a recommendation letter and she gets upset. She asks, how long have you been writing this letter? He says, you knew this was a temporary position until Duke returns. That was the plan all along. So she stormed out of his office and he doesn't get a chance to give her the flower arrangement he made or the teddy bear he had for her. And I'm thinking, I agree with Scotty. Why is Danny getting so upset? I mean, she shouldn't be. I mean, like Scotty said, she knew this was coming. She knew this was just a temporary position. So
Yeah, but
she shouldn't be upset as she is, you know?
no, I think that it just kind of hurt her feelings when he's like, "Oh, but I got a recommendation letter for you." Like that's the last thing she wanted to hear. She doesn't
Oh,
want
like
to be
maybe she thought, oh, he wants me to leave or something like that.
kind of, yeah,
Oh,
like that
could
was
be.
my
Maybe she
thought for her.
oh, maybe she took it wrong. Oh, okay. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I mean, she knew it was temporary, but I think in the back of her mind that she was very hopeful that he would do whatever he could to keep her since, he was complimenting her the day, a couple days before about stocking up the
Uh-huh.
closet and all of those things. And
Uh-huh.
I think she was kind of, hoping that,
Mm-hmm.
that there was a place, and I
Mm-hmm.
think, but then I'm like, also, I was kind of like, why didn't she mention Duke drinking?
Oh,
Like,
that was the next thing I was gonna bring up.
yes, like, why didn't
Yeah.
she bring that up?
Yeah, she kept that to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't tell Scotty about seeing Duke drinking. So I wonder how long she's going to
No.
keep that under her
Yeah, I
belt.
mean,
Yeah. And I
I
wonder
mean,
how yeah.
honestly, for me, like as much loyalty as I have to people in that instance, like you're putting people's lives in jeopardy at this point. So, but it would be hard because she is in a position and they may look at her and go, "Oh, well, you're just lying because you want his position." You know what I mean? So that could be why
Right.
she's not saying anything right now because you don't know what people would, take from that.
Right. Right. Right.
Misty.
Oh, what's Misty saying? I got to bring this up here. What's Misty saying here? Oh, where am I here? This chat. Kat says, I agree with Misty. Scotty is trying everything he can to keep Danny. Misty says, I'm not really sure why Danny was so. Yeah, I know. That's what I said, Misty. Same thing. Misty says she should have been in more communication with Scotty, like asking what her chances were. Yeah, with getting a permanent position there. Yeah. Beth says maybe Danny will confront Duke in another episode. Yeah, it could be. Maybe privately
Hmm.
without anybody knowing. That's a good
Hmm.
thought, Beth. Misty says that's the next cricket. Danny is going to rat him out. Danny's going to rat. No, I don't think she will. I don't think she'll do that. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
So,
I think she'll do the right thing. I don't think she's going to rat him out. I think she will approach it just like everything else she's approached in the show so far. You know what I mean? I think she'll do it in the right
uh-huh.
way. I think she'll tell Andy or one of them.
Uh-huh. And you mentioned earlier, you said a couple minutes ago, you said about she was hoping she was working real hard, hoping she would be able to
Hmm.
stay on and prove something to Scotty. And actually
Right.
Tim said that at the beginning of this episode. she said, "Oh, you're Scotty sees you're working hard. He'll work out
Right.
something for you, you know." So Tim like
Right.
encouraged her, making her think that she was going to stay on, you know.
Right. And I think that
Yeah.
was kind of throughout the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, then she's in there like working hard, stocking the closets, and he's like, "Good job,"
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
everything. And so yeah, in the back of her mind, she's thinking, "Oh wow, I'm doing well." And I don't know, like I just it was just a weird episode for me. After she saw Duke drinking, I just can't believe that it wasn't mentioned at some point.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because after she
Right.
got this news from Scotty that she's not going to be able to stay and that he can give her a letter of recommendation, like I don't know.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And
She's keeping it together.
I didn't get a screenshot of the final shot, but she kind of turned and looked at Scotty and like gave him a little bit of a dirty look right before
Hmm.
she left his office.
Right, like I can't believe you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mhm.
action in that episode.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Hmm.
A lot going on. Uh, shall we ask you first? What are your thoughts about everything that's happened so far? We got 2 episodes left. That's it.
Um, I think it was interesting that they came out because I know we talked about this before. They came out so quickly about the decision, for oh gosh, what's her name? I already forgot her
Ashley.
name. Ashley,
Ashley?
thank you.
Yeah.
Ashley, to get this other job or whatever, and they came out right away with it. So that was interesting. And then I didn't see the whole Duke thing coming. I'll be honest, I didn't see that
Yeah, I
coming
wasn't
at
expecting
all
that.
because I was
Yeah.
thinking about the position for Danny from Ashley's, getting a job and doing something else. So when they showed the Duke scene, that was farthest from my thought process of that episode. So it was
Uh-huh.
very interesting because I'm like, okay, now what dynamic is coming in?
Uh-huh. Misty says Ashley is the one Danny confides the most in regarding her chances with staying there. And if Ashley leaves and Danny takes her spot, will her mentioning Duke's drinking, which may be the reason he stays away, might cause trouble with the. Oh, wait. Oh, with the. Oh, they didn't read it all. Wait a minute. Uh, might cause trouble. Oh, with the other coworkers, with the other workers. Oh, okay. Didn't
Yep.
show it all on the screen there. Oh, what if I do that? Oh, there. Oh, yeah, you can't see the. Oh, here, let me move the. If I remove this logo here, let me hide that. There we go. Now we can see everything. So, what was I going to say? Oh, these episodes, they just keep getting quicker and quicker. These last
It's
couple episodes felt like they were 15 minutes to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they
mean, they
really
go
did.
by
They
so
went quick.
fast.
Hmm.
Yeah. And just when things are starting to get good, the end
Hmm.
credits roll.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, like
It's true though.
right when that last scene happened
Hmm.
between Scotty and Danny, I was like, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
getting good now." And then the,
Right.
the
And
credits
then
started
it's
rolling. I'm
done.
like, "Oh, come on, it can't be over now."
Right. It's so funny. So when I first watched the episode last week, um, and I was watching it, I actually paused it to go like do something real quick, and I'm like, oh well, I'll come back and I'll watch the rest of it, right? And it was during that scene with Scotty and
That's funny.
Danny. And so then I hit play and it was like 1 more minute, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I paused
That's
it
it.
just for a minute? Like what? So yeah, I agree with you. The episodes are really short.
Yeah, they
Really.
fly by. And you know what? This show, this is my thought. See if you agree with me. I feel like I'm not watching an entire show, but I feel like I'm watching the cliff notes of a show.
Yeah, I have to admit that, Chad. I do. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. And you're right because it's like they've clipped out scenes and all you're seeing is the important part of the scene
Mm-hmm.
or the main idea of the scene, if you will. And I agree with
Yeah.
you. And each one is like a bullet point almost. I agree
Uh-huh.
with you. Hmm.
Yeah. Remember in high school when we had to read
Oh yeah, the
Shakespeare,
black and yellow books. I
you would buy the
know.
black and yellow cliff notes?
Yes,
I know.
yes.
So you just
Well,
that's what
no,
I
let me
feel like
take
I'm
that back.
watching here.
Well, that's true. But like
Yeah.
in high school, I only did that if it was a book that I didn't really want to read. I read
Uh-huh.
all my books when I had to read them in school. There was one I didn't get a chance to read because I wasn't interested in it and I didn't want to read it, so I got the Cliff Notes. So, and I couldn't tell you what that book is now, so don't ask.
Yeah. Well, I had this feeling last season too, but I have it more this
Mhm.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like these scenes are like 30 seconds to a minute long, and I
yeah,
feel like they should be several minutes long, you know?
yeah.
I keep
Hmm.
feeling like, well, there's got to be more. Come on, what's going on here, you know?
Well, and I feel like they don't transition well. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah, they
mean?
don't.
They
Yeah.
they're not like a smooth into ease into the next scene kind of thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, there's just something missing from when they transition from one scene to another.
Uh-huh.
It
Oh
just
yeah.
is. I mean, I hate to say that because I love the show, but at the same time, I just feel like it's like you say, it's like chopped,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Kat says she watched it on PureFlix and it was 24 minutes. That's it. Misty says her son says the same thing. Beth agrees. Yeah, everyone agrees. Oh,
yeah.
Chat. Oh, Beth Cat says let them know. Review it on their website. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could write a review. Misty says I think they want to do so much with this show and really should, but are forced to cram it into a tiny window frame. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. They have a whole hour instead of filling up just 45 minutes. They could do a whole hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I liked in this episode, though, I gotta say, well, I like that we got some answers to some of our questions from the last couple of
Mhm.
weeks. We got the meaning behind the hummingbird and what that was all
Mhm.
about. We found out who the chief was calling, although we kind of already knew. We kind of guessed that one right.
Yeah.
And what was going on with Chief picking up the flower petals. At least I figured it out. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But I think that's what was going on there.
We'll have to ask
And
Bill, Chad.
yeah, and we got the answer to Ashley whether she was going to take this job or not.
Hmm.
Which, like I said, I didn't think they were going to reveal that in this episode. I thought she'd take a couple episodes to think about it, and make a decision to
Yeah.
really ponder it and think about it, and maybe talk to other people about it.
Hmm.
But no, she accepted that job right away.
Yeah.
So, what were you going to say? Something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I don't know if I had a favorite scene in this one. I mean, I think there was a lot of, like you say, things that happened that we got, answers to our questions, but Um, I mean, the most impactful scene was when Tim came in, and for me anyway, I know other people
Yeah,
were kind of
yeah.
left hanging on like what's going on here and why is he
Mm-hmm.
crying, other than
Right,
we know he lost somebody. But
right.
for me, that scene was very, very emotional for me just because of being an EMT, I could relate
Mm-hmm.
to not really
Mm-hmm.
relate to what happened, but knowing, the life of an EMT and the job and the stress involved with it and things happen. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
that was the most impactful scene for me. But I still want to know about the teddy bear and the pedals, Chad. I don't know. I don't know.
You're not buying you're not
I'm
buying
not
what I
buying what you're like. No, what you're putting down. I'm just
said.
not picking it up.
Well,
Nope.
my favorite scene, of course, you can guess, was the scene with Tamara and Griffin.
Oh yes, of course, of course. And you got shot down. Sorry,
Even though it
Chad.
broke my heart, it was still my
It
favorite
did.
scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll get the shovel for you, and I'll pick up the pieces.
So
Okay.
I have some predictions. Here.
Okay.
I got out my little crystal ball. Here's my prediction. So Danny is going to stay on because Duke is still drinking,
Okay.
and Scotty is going to hire Griffin to replace Ashley.
Ooh,
There you
interesting.
go. Those are my predictions. What do you think?
Hmm. I don't think Griffin will take the job because he's going to work with Danny. I don't think he will.
You don't think he would take the job if
No,
Scotty
because he's
asked him?
already he's already saying they're in different places. There, it's a distraction. So when you say that he'll come back, I don't think so. I don't think
Well,
he'll come
Griffin
back.
Griffin is kind of lost right now. He doesn't know what to do. I think if Scotty offered him a job, I think he'd grab it.
I don't know. There's some history there with Danny and him. I don't see that.
Oh,
I
Misty
don't.
agrees with me. Misty agrees with me. She says that's
How
what
do you
she
know that's
thinks
what
too.
she didn't say Chad? Misty,
Huh?
who do you agree with? What do you
Who
think?
you
Who you saying that's what I think too? Who are you talking
of
about,
course she
Misty?
agrees with me. What are you talking about? Of course she
All right, inquiring minds want to know now, Misty. Who are you agreeing with? I get $100 if it's me, Chad. Pay up.
Okay, so those are my predictions, but I'm thinking if that does happen, how are they going
Oh,
to
it's
hand
you, Jen.
what? Oh, Misty said it's me.
All right, Misty, it's all good.
Misty agrees with me. Yeah,
All right, checks in the mail, Chad.
yeah, because Duke's obviously not going to come back because he's still got a drinking problem, and if Ashley leaves, that opens up a job. Who
Yeah, but
else
what
is
if
there
Danny
but
doesn't
Griffin
tell on
to
him? He'll
fill
come
those
back.
shoes? What?
If Danny
Oh,
doesn't
it's
tell
gonna
on him,
come
though,
out. It's gonna come out. Whether maybe she won't tell anybody, but someone's gonna find out. Someone else is gonna find out. It's gonna come out somehow.
okay.
It's gonna come out somehow.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a whole spin of things that we're not even thinking of.
But here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
If what I predict is right, and Scotty offers Griffin a job on the force, how are they going to handle this next season? Because
Yeah,
unfortunately, we know what happened to the actor who plays Griffin. He's
right.
not with us anymore, so he can't come back next season. So are they going to say next season that Griffin decided not to take the job and like went to Florida or something? Or would they be bold and like kill off his character in some on the job accident or something and then have
Yeah, that's what I was
and then
thinking.
have like a memorial service for him or something?
That's what
But
I was thinking. That's
if
what I
if
was thinking.
his if
Or,
his if his family allows that.
right, right. That's what I was thinking. Like something happens on the job or something, or they
Uh-huh.
do it in that way, and that way he
Uh-huh.
is portrayed like a hero and goes out
Right.
like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
it is true. That's been on my mind because I've been wondering like when does it happen? Like I don't know
Uh-huh.
which episode it's going to happen in. So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah,
Yeah. Well, plus, but then I was thinking the network probably wouldn't allow that because they don't like dramatic scenes, you know.
true. But man, it would
Yeah.
be, I
It would be
mean,
good. It would make for good TV though.
yeah, it really would.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that, I mean, I don't know. I think it would give closure to his character, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What Beth says, Griffin has purpose where he is. He saved Danny's dad's life. Right. What would have happened if he wasn't there? Right.
True. Mm-hmm.
True. True. Oh, Beth has been thinking about how they're going to handle the that actor's part too as well.
Yeah.
Misty says, I think they will either rehire an actor to portray him. Oh, you mean recast the part?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they could always do that. I've been wondering he was meant to be a long term character. Yeah, I think he was now because I know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
after the end of the first season, I didn't think he'd be back for the second season, but there he is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Misty says, or a dramatic exit if they choose not to keep him due to the actor passing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
Yeah.
So we got 2 episodes left. I think these next 2 episodes are going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I think so too. I think they're going to have to pack in a lot of different things um in these next two to get to where they need to be for the next upcoming season. Do we know when that happens? Like when he
Well,
passes and how many episodes, like how many episodes
it
is
was
left?
after they already filmed all these episodes.
Do we
They had
know like
already wrapped.
when? So, oh, so he had done all of them then, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
he did. Yeah, he's
Oh,
in all the
okay.
episodes. He's in all the
Okay.
episodes of this
Okay.
season.
I
Yeah,
didn't know if he was or
they had
not.
already finished wrapping like a couple
Gotcha.
months before he passed away. Yeah,
I gotcha. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting then to see exactly how they open up that next season then,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, how they explain what
Yeah.
happened. Oh, Misty says she can't wait. Beth says she hopes we get longer seasons for these new series. Oh, well, unfortunately, When Hope Calls is only going to be 6 episodes too, I believe.
Ugh,
Yeah,
man. Hmm.
yeah.
But they're longer than these though. They have to
But
be,
I
right?
think, yeah, hopefully the When Hope Calls will be an hour long, episodes rather than just the 45 minutes.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, I would think they'd have to be. What else is going on in the chat? Oh, they're just agreeing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's it.
Yep.
Thanks again for being here, Cricket. You can go and enjoy the rest of your spring break
Thank you.
in your
Thanks for
log
having me.
cabin. Yes,
Absolutely. I'm gonna go cook some dinner.
you're gonna go cook some dinner.
Yep.
All right. All right. Yeah, because you're an hour
Outside, getting
behind.
to get a
You're an
yes,
hour
I am
behind us
now.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna go make a fire and eat some dinner and then make some marshmallow strawberries.
What are marshmallow strawberries?
Well, apparently my daughter saw something online and you take a strawberry and dip it in marshmallow fluff and then you go fire it up on the fire pit and it's like a burnt marshmallow strawberry. So we're gonna try those
Oh
out.
wait, repeat that. I was reading the chats. What was that?
So my daughter saw this thing online and you take a strawberry and you dip it in marshmallow fluff.
Marshmallow fluff.
And
Okay.
yes, and then you go put it on the fire on a stick,
Okay.
like you would roast marshmallows, and you roast it, and then it
Oh.
gets like a marshmallow
Oh.
roasted with a
So the
strawberry
fluff,
inside.
the fluff cooks
Hmm.
like a marshmallow.
Yes.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yep. And so then
Okay.
you have like marshmallowed strawberries.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, so we'll
All right.
see. Stay tuned. I'll let you know next week how they turned
Whether it's
out.
whether it's any good. You got to make some s'mores. You got graham crackers and chocolate for
We're not
s'mores or
doing
what?
s'mores. We did these instead. A little bit healthier option, if you will.
Oh.
So I don't know how much healthier,
Oh.
but hey,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you can see all our socials. If you want to follow Cricket on IG, she's at cricket.melendez, and at Dishing with the Dono fans on X, she's at Cricket 736774702, and at Dishing Dono fans. And of course, follow the podcast so you can get updated on the new episodes. Subscribe on YouTube. You can follow on Facebook so you know when we're going to do these lives. And I'm at GA Chat Podcast on most of those. And on X, I'm at Great American Chat on Facebook, Instascam, and YouTube. And I'm at GA Chat Podcast on X. There you go. That's it.
Right?
All right. What else? What else? Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Kat.
Kat says, hope you have a great vacation, Cricket.
Yep. Thank you so much.
All
Yep.
right.
It's
I
nice to
will.
disconnect. So thank you guys for being
Yes.
here. And it's nice chatting with all of you. And Chad, thank you again for having me. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Until then, you keep the faith, keep smiling, keep your friends close, and keep your great American family closer.